Welcome back to the channel Hike and Wild. Today I'm going to be looking at possibly one of camping's biggest misses, the OEX Phoxx 1 Plus Ultralight tent. So last year OEX unveiled their ultralight range of tents, and I finally saw them in Go Outdoors, but I'm really struggling to see who these are aimed at. So let's start with the obvious, the colour. Now whoever picked blue, in my opinion, wants sacking. Apart from just being really ugly, it sticks out like a sore thumb. It's not really great if you're going to try and be stealthy or just want to keep your head down and keep out the way. So the blue colour does have its benefits, and it's mainly good at blocking out UV rays, and it will help keep the tent cooler in the summer. So was this tent designed for summer use only? You know, the 3 weeks of the year that we actually get that's hot. So that brings me swiftly on to my next point, which is the hydrostatic head, which to be honest is embarrassing. At 1500mm on the fly sheet and 3000mm on the ground sheet, I've seen better ratings on cheap tents from Mazda. And I wouldn't trust this thing in a sudden downpour, especially in the UK, where even in the summer, that's quite likely to happen. The material is so thin. It's a 10 denier sil nylon, which you can basically see right through it, and it's not going to offer you much in the way of privacy. The thing is going to light up like a beacon as well in the middle of the night, which will be great when mountain rescue inevitably have to come out. So I think to basically meet the ultralight category, all they've done is basically strip back the fabric as far as they possibly can. I think the material will tear easy. The whole tent is like this except for the ground sheet, which does have ripstop technology built in. However, I think you're going to have to carry an additional ground sheet, which will add a couple of 100 grams to the total pack weight, sort of defeating the ultralight purpose of the tent really. I honestly struggle to think that with good use, this tent's going to last years and years. So let's just talk about the interior of the tent and the space you get. So the length of it is 230 centimeters in total, which should accommodate most tall people lying down. However, where it really fills is the height of the tent is only 80 centimeters tall and the width is only 85, so you don't get a ton of room inside. It's kind of like a coffin really when you're laying down. It's not going to be particularly great for multi-day hikes when it's raining and wet, where you have to get changed inside the tent, or you need to spend a lot of time inside the tent because you haven't got a lot of room to move about. So you do get one small vestibule here, which is enough to store your boots and a small backpack, and there's not really much room inside of the tent to store this. So if you're out on a multi-day trip and it is getting wet, then your gear is probably going to get wet on the floor as well. So Go Outdoors do suggest that if you want to extend the living space of this tent, to buy the OEX tarp, which adds an extra 420 grams onto the additional pack weight. Again, in my opinion, taking it right out of the ultralight category and sort of defeating the point of making an ultralight tent really. So it almost brings the total weight of the tent up to that of the original Phoxx 1, but without the hydrostatic head benefits or the price benefits. So the space between the inner and the fly sheet isn't great really. I would expect in wet and windy conditions that these are probably going to touch, especially as the nylon absorbs water and stretches. I'd probably expect to be dripped on in the middle of the night. So let's talk a little bit about the price of the tent. It's listed at £310, but the OEX website regularly lists it at £170 with your member discount, and I think other websites list it at £170 as well. But for that price range, and for OEX being a budget-friendly brand, I don't think that £170 is really budget-friendly for this tent, especially given the fact that at similar price points, you can buy much better tents with much better specs and much better space inside that are probably truly ultralight tents. It's not even like you can consider buying the two-man tents in the ultralight range that OEX does, because the price almost doubles and the weight almost doubles, which in my opinion takes it out of the ultralight category. Now, if I'm spending £300 on a tent, I definitely want a better hydrostatic head than 1500mm. So let's talk about some of the positives of the tent that I actually really like. So it is an all-in-one pitch, which is perfect for the UK. The inner attaches with these really cool little buckles, which seem really high quality, seem quite good. The pegs for the tent is these twisted Y-shaped pegs, which are awesome. They look really cool. Yeah, I just don't really understand who these tents are aimed at really. the range isn't really ultralight, especially once you add in the extra ground sheet and the tarp, and the two-man offerings are bordering on average weight really. So if you were an ultralight camper, these tents would be low down on my list to buy. The price isn't really that budget friendly, which for me, OEX is known as a budget brand. So again, if you're just starting out, these wouldn't be a tent that I would consider buying. And the ratings on these tents put them at a summer use only. So any serious wild camper or any serious sort of through hiker isn't really going to consider this tent. So I just want to finish by saying that I do like the OEX brand, and this video isn't just to bash OEX. I do buy a lot of their products, as you can see. But let me know what you think in the comments down below. Smash that like button for me and hit that subscribe button if you do want to see more of my content. I'll see you on the next one.